right, guys, back here on Street Van Sunday. I was going to paint the roof today, but it is far too windy for that. So I'm going to move inside and set my attentions on the dashboard. One thing I want to do with the dashboard of this van is stylize it a little bit. So I plan on cutting out this area and mounting this vintage TV that I have. This is a AC/DC TV. This is old school Panasonic, came out of a storage unit here in Boulder. And I found this awesome vintage DC power source for it because it has a weird plug on the back here. You can see this weird plug. So I found the correct DC power for it on eBay for like $8, brand new in the box, vintage, 1983. And I'm gonna cut out this area of the dashboard right here where the radio would typically go, and I'm going to mount the TV in there. And I'm gonna make this vintage TV work for like my GPS, and you'd be able to watch movies and stuff on it, but that's not what it's about. It'll work like a modern console in a car, but with that vintage look, kind of a James Bond feel. And then as far as dashboard go, I got to scrub this down and clean it because this is all going to get gloss black. This down here is going to end up like a metal flake green with the gloss black. The steering column here is going to become all black. I don't know if maybe I'll do that today too. But definitely starting with the dashboard and see if I can't get this kind of underway. I've had plans for this since I got the van. I've had this TV for years, and I thought, man, how you could mount it in the back corner, or you could put it behind the driver's seat. And you see that in a lot of vintage vans. They'll put the vintage entertainment. I want it built into the dashboard so it looks like it was made there from the factory, like the Batmobile or something. And that's what I'm going for. I don't know if I've showed this yet, but this is the drink caddy that was built for an old Chevy G20 or G30 I had, a box truck. I flipped it around, remounted it. It fits here good for the Dodge. You got iPhone holders in the back. This is cut out specifically to my favorite mugs. I have these like Frankenstein mugs that fit in there. So that's cool. I haven't attached this yet. This is all just still loose. So we can move it out of our way while we're working on the dashboard. Anyhow, I'm going to start scrubbing, cleaning, grinding, clean again, paint it, install it, and let's see if I can get this done before it gets dark. All right, guys, so I got the dashboard cut up and I got the TV mounted in, and basically the molding that will go around it. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of custom work in the corners just to patch the gap, but this whole thing's gonna look like it was molded right in to the piece, so that's gonna be really cool. I am gonna hook it up and make sure it all works before I finish this detail stuff. So here is this vintage Panasonic car battery cord. This is pretty cool. Got this on eBay, new old stock. Oh, the box is just falling apart kind of. Look how cool that is, that old school box. And this is a pretty high-tech contraption. It's got like power box here, cord for the TV, and of course your power cord. So all that'll just get tucked into that hole there somewhere. else works in this. Doesn't look like I got any power. Well, we got power here. Enough to light up that LED. Huh. Not enough to do anything there, though. Yeah. Okay. Could this be bad? Well, as cool as this vintage cord was, it doesn't work. TV power is on with house power, but it does not work with the DC adapter in either my truck or in the van. So I'm gonna blame the cord. Alright guys, there's the vintage TV mounted in to the dash. Still gonna switch this steering wheel out, paint the steering column. I got a bunch of plastic to still put on here. Doors are gonna get skinned, but the door jambs and frames are gonna get painted. So with the TV, I have a DC plug that I bought. I thought the DC plug was bad. So I just hooked an inverter up and I'm getting no power. So my cigarette socket to the battery is having an issue. Might be a fuse, might be a wiring thing. I'm going to figure that out. Get the wiring together so I can get power to the TV. And then I have this cool adapter so we can have our backup camera. We can have our GPS maps. Also in-flight entertainment as far as streaming and whatnot. But it's just so cool to have this antiquated device with modern technology. And the van is better for it because it just gives it kind of a unique flair, something you haven't seen in other people's vans. So I'm not going to say that the DC power source is bad yet. I'm going to give it another chance. I did try it in my truck and it didn't seem to work. But I'm gonna trace some wires here and try to figure things out and get that done. But that's gonna do it for Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow.